was proposed by great French naturalist Jean-Baptiste de Lamarck in 1809 AD. In his famous book Philosophique Zoologique, this theory is based upon the comparison between the contemporary species of his time or two fossil records. Basically, his theories based on the four postulates. The first one is new need, the second one is use and disuse of organ, the third one is inheritance of acquired character, and the fourth one is speciation. So we're going to talk about one by one. As you can see in this picture, the man himself is a Lamarck, and first is new need. Every organism is found in some kind of environment. These changes of environment factors like light, temperature, medium, food, etc. or migration of food leads to the origin of new needs in organism and especially in animals. To fulfill these new needs, the living organism have to exert some special efforts. That means they have to develop new habits according to the habitat. Okay, so the second is use and disuse of organ. The more organ that you use, it will become more efficient, and the organ that you use less will become useless or become lesser use. The new habits involve the greater use of certain organs to meet new needs and disuse of lesser use of certain organ, which area of no use in new conditions. So this leads to use and disuse of organ. The third one is acquired characters. Inheritance of acquired character. Lamarck believed that acquired characters are inheritable and are transmitted to offspring, so that these are born fit to face changed environment condition and chances of their survival increased. And the next is speciation. Lamarck believed that in every generation new characters are acquired and transmitted to next generation. So these new character accumulate generation after a number of generation, a new species is formed. As you see in this diagram, idea called law of use and disuse. If body part were used, it got stronger, and if body part is not used, it got deteriorate. As you can see in the giraffe example, when the barren land was there is nothing to eat for them, they decided to eat whatever they can get, and they found their food on the trees, and to get the food they have to fetch their neck, and the elongation of neck has due to this evolution. Development of present-day long-necked and long-fore-necked giraffe from deer-like ancestor, the gradual elongation of neck and forelimbs in response to deficiency of food in the barren ground in a dry desert of Asia or Africa. These body parts were elongated as to eat leaves on the tree branches, as I just told you earlier. So this is an example of extra use of certain organ that makes them more efficient. And another example you can take about snakes. Development present day limbless snakes were long cylinder body from limbed ancestor due to continued disuse of limbs and stretching of their bodies to suit the creeping mode of locomotion and fossorial mode of living out of fear of larger and more powerful mammals. It is an example of disuse and degeneration of certain organs. These are some evidences which are favor of Lamarckism. A few examples you can see even in your book, that is aquatic birds and flightless birds, and the major example is horse, where you can see that the ancestor of modern horse used to live in the areas with the soft ground and were short-legged with a more number of functional digits, and these gradually took to live in an area with a dry ground. This change in habitat was accompanied by increase in length of legs and decrease in functional digit for fast running over hard ground. So these were some